You know, I just had my friend Dustin on my podcast, and he was talking about how he's having a great day, parked his car, got out, and loping across the road was a coyote with a housecat in its mouth, and he could hear the bell, the housecat's little bell, like ding, 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 ding. The coyote's carrying this creature that's been petted by children and loved and has a cute name, Bojangles or Mr. Sparkles. That fucking coyote snatched the cat, is carrying it off to eat in the woods, and my friend was a little bummed by that, but then I reminded him, that fucking cat carried in the mouth of that coyote has been eating birds all day long. Squirrel babies, like some squirrel baby desperately clinging to a branch as it's staring up at it. That is nature, because nature's just fucking eating itself. So nature evolves, right? And it becomes human, right? And humans are just doing the same thing, the same dance that nature is engaged in. Humans are doing it, only the way they're doing it is with tools that have become more refined in the direction of creating the same kind of violence. This is the Shiva energy. This is the part of the cycle where things get transformed from meat into dust, and I don't think that we need to feel ashamed of where we're at right now. I think it's more like just acknowledge that we seem to be part of the tidal flow of nature, and that nature doesn't give a shit about the individual. Nature doesn't care about the individual. Nature cares about the whole. And if you think that you're one thing, if you think you are an individual and you've gotten confused and you think that you're a person or permanently a person, then you're in for a big bowl of suffering, brother. Because you're gonna die. Everyone you know is gonna die, and you're not gonna stick around. You're just one little genetic piece of this incredible exploratory tool that the universe is extruding into this dimension. And I think there's something very beautiful about that. But it's just like this, man. If you want to dig your heels in and sink your claws into the expanding universe and try to keep that fucking thing from expanding, you're gonna get ripped apart. That's just the way it works. But if you want to let go and merge into the thing, if you want to allow yourself the fantasy that you're not some individual with a social security number and a name and parents, but allow yourself the fantasy that you're 13.8 billion years old and you're part of this incredible ocean of happening instead of just this one individual, and just let yourself experience that for a second. The glorious knowledge that you are a never-ending, ever-changing flow of matter that's temporarily manifested with the ability to express love into a dimension where things are supposed to be cooling off, then that's a fun way to spend your time here before you end up getting eaten by a lion or have a heart attack or whatever happens. So just surrender to that, and you're going to be a lot less freaked out if you just accept that that's the way it is. Because if your war that you're engaged in right now is the war to live forever, if your war that you're engaged in right now is a war to try to make some lasting change in a universe that's defined by impermanence and change, then you're fighting the wrong war. There's a better war to fight, you know? And it's actually the way you fight it is by surrendering, not by fighting. By letting go and sinking into the actual hum of the universe, the way it really works, not the way you wish it worked, not the way that you were hoping that the universe worked, where, lions and hyenas rescue little boys like in Ice Age, the cartoon. But the way it actually works, the way the universe actually works is everything comes into existence, it exists for a little while, and then it dies. This is like when you see people come off of a high dive and you get like a few seconds to do some cool fucking tricks. That's what you get here. We're like dolphins jumping out of the eternal into time. And while we're shoot up into time, we get a chance to do a couple of backflips, a couple of chirps, and that's our life's work. And then we plunge back into infinity again and do it all over again.